Hey everybody, welcome back to Space Engineers Quest for Peas. As we stand here on the cliffside overlooking our base and realize how absolutely minimal and incomplete it is. Which brings us to the plan for this week. So last episode... Let me just get back into my character. So last episode, we built out our iron pipeline here. I haven't replaced the pistons yet with proper pipes and stuff like that. But, when the time comes and I got a spare minute, I might take care of that. But we now have all the access to the iron that we need. If we look into our inventory here and we do a quick search for iron, we can see that we are currently sitting on top of 266,000 iron ingots in that cargo terminal. And that's with me just doing a clearing pass on the drill. Let's have a quick boo at the drill just to remind ourselves what we did over here. I don't know why my jetpack wasn't stopping me. So we squeeze in through here. Ow, didn't hit the brakes in time. If we squeeze in here and have a look around, you can see we've got ourselves a bit of a sweep drill here. The way we're approaching the node, we're kind of coming at it from the side, which, is fine. But I've got a drill piston, so a sweeping drill kind of set up with the angles here so that it's going to always bite into that edge, always going to bite into that edge, and it's going to kind of go out and fan shape. Got lots of work, lots of room still on the single drill here. When it gets to be the time that that's fully extended, retracted, put two new drill heads on, or another piston on the end of it, two new drill heads, and Bob's your uncle. We're off to the races again. And of course, got a nice little control panel there to get it all set up. Let's take a quick slurp here, make sure we're all filled up on our gases and energies and the like. Okay, I have gone along and placed some blocks here. I haven't welded them up, but I got some caps here. Got the little support columns that I wanted to put on these guys, which is why I spaced them out, just to make sure it all looks good. We will weld those up at some point in time. But today's plan is to actually start getting some work done on the base proper, which means I want to get walls up around kind of my industrial section here. I am going to need to put some storage in, which I will probably kind of push out the back here. I'm also going to want to have a server room, which can probably get tucked into this corner. So I want to get some programmable blocks in because we need to start running some inventory. I also want to make sure I have my displays and, my usual cadre of scripts that I like to run on my bases. Okay, and then of course I want to get walls up, and then I want to start laying out for the next tier, which is going to be the habitat tier. So if you look from here, we can see that I've kind of got we can see that's not kind of, you can see that I've got it strung across the little valley or boat launch, as I've been calling it. So what I want to do is I want to bring up a staircase, so a nice kind of external staircase on either side of this kind of whatever's going to end up in the middle there, and then I'm going to have my habitat layer right here. So that's going to be food preparation. So I'm going to move my food preparation from over here up to into there, at least for my personal food preparation. I'm going to put in for my medical room, so I'm going to make sure I build a proper medical room now. And all the other amenities, couches, kitchen stuff, tables, beds, cryopod, all of that fun stuff. And then at some point, and then once I'm kind of happy with that layout, at least got it started, that's when I'm going to go and get the farm layer in a little bit higher. Now, the one thing that I'm kind of looking at here is I got this lovely open wide field here. So I might try to match that height. I don't know yet. I haven't really got to the farm design yet. Right now I'm just kind of taking it one bit at a time. But the big plan for today is, one, let's see how much algae we have. So I'll do a quick search for the algae. So the algae farm is producing. So I've got 22 in that half algae farm, a bunch that aren't built. Yeah, so I'm doing really, really good on algae here. Yep, so they're not, none of it's been pulled in. I am getting low on crisps, so I can go into my production here. And I think what I'm gonna do, where are my crisps? Meal pack crisps. Yeah, see, I've already got 100 of these in there. Yeah, so I'm doing really good on food now. I am actually doing pretty good on food. Let me get to my food processor. Throw that over so we can get some more food going in there. And I don't want to convert all of my algae into crisps, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to order up 20 more just to keep it at 100. And yeah, we can bring all that algae in. So plan is today is to rip all of this stuff out, revert the rover back to its non-Frankenstein monster state. I am going to build a temporary Frankenstein monster because I want to get all this stuff welded. And honestly, I find it faster to build a little kind of welder scooter here, fill it up with some steel plates to do kind of welding jobs like this, than hand welding, running back, hand welding, running back, hand welding, and running back to cargo access. Ignore the little chair there. That's just there so I can have a quick seat if I want to look around, or just kind of recharge myself, or if I'm going to be AFK for any reason. Okay, so where does us? Yeah, so I've been looking at this whole thing for the last couple of days. You know, trying to get a recording going, and I've just been kind of staring at it, not sure where to begin. And I think really the first thing I need to do is just rip off the Band-Aid and clear this stuff out. So let's make sure our inventory's empty. Let's go to our grinder, and let's get the rover sorted out here first. Okay, I've got the rover. Well, I've got the big monstrosity hunchback taken off of it. It's still a very much a unique vehicle. So in the plans, of course, is I need to basically retire this guy. As much as it's cute and as much as it's done, I need to build some more dedicated vehicles, which means I need one more building, and that's going to be some sort of garage. And I'm thinking of building it down here in some way, so that I can basically, yeah, maybe what I'll do is I drive underneath, have a ramp off the side, which is level to like right about there, because we got our piping, you know, whatnot over there, and then we just basically, yeah, just have a little tier right there. In fact, while I'm thinking of it, let's go run over here and see how plausible that is, because, you know, again, we're dealing with craggies there, but that's fine. So as long as I leave this route open here, I should be able to drop some blocks right here. Okay, so I think I got the platform worked out. So it's definitely far enough down. Gonna have big ass doors right here. Should be able to drive up, pass through. Let's actually... No, we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that there so that we know where the safe path is, so we can definitely get through here. And it should be any kind of size truck, but again, just to sort of mark the area. In fact, I'm gonna put a block here. Kind of build it out as a bit of a wall, maybe. Just so I'm absolutely clear to myself in the future that don't go that way, go this way. So yeah, so this is going to basically be an enclosed garage now. We're going to park the vehicles along this wall here. So I've dropped a conveyor line down into the corner. I've got a cargo terminal and a refill station that I have to weld up. And I'm going to use the double hinge method here. So I've got a hinge that is going into a medium head small grid, or small grid large head. Got a small grid large hinge, and then, you know, all small grid down here. So that these guys I can hit whatever height I want without having to muck around with the offsets. Okay, so just gonna drive ourselves carefully up here. Let's scooch around. There may be some adjustments. I have to work on the height. It's not exactly perfect over here, but I should be able to then make this corner. Make the corner. Here we go. Pull through here. And set up for parking. Now, I haven't put my camera back on yet, so we'll have to take care of that. And the best part is, like I said, wrap my brain around driving backward, is that I don't have to screw around with my wheel offsets anymore. So if you see that my wheels are really low, I keep forgetting to raise them so I get my proper ground clearance. So I don't like having these extra steps in my Rover, and that's why I wanted to use the 2 hinge method here for adjustable connectors. Well, gotta get the camera back on this thing. And there we go. I think I'm lined up now. So now I can back up. Easy lock in, just at the right height there. Gonna need to put my connector back on my toolbar, because I've ground multiples of them off since I originally set it up. Connect. Where the heck? Why am I? Okay, I'm going blind. I am not. Connector. Jeez, why can I not see that? All right, switch lock. Now we can. I'm going to set the handbrake here and lock into place. And there we go. The Rover is in its new permanent parking space, which means I can start clearing stuff up top here as night settles in. Okay, let's nothing else to it but to do it. It seems silly that I never did get to build these things, but I really overbuilt this thing as an experiment. It really doesn't. I don't like the fact that the bubbles are going sideways. So you know what? There is no tragedy in this thing going bye-bye.
Inventory full.
Okay, with the falling plates there, that's the last of the half-wall algae farms. I'll find those later. We just have to take down the rest of this now, and then we can get the all the other stuff out of here. Inventory full. And just out of curiosity, we can see that we have 537 algae. So I think I'm good on algae for a little while until we can get the farm up. It's going to be a boring diet. I'm going to have to stick my face into here and eat a bag every once in a while. But, you know, as long as we can keep working, we can keep living. Hey, found the steel plates. All right, let's get the rest of this tower down. Okay, so that's it for the tower. Now we can get the other stuff out of here. Like this. Probably should find a place to... Ooh, that's a lot of stuff in there. So let's find a place to hide this. I still have that farm meal there. What have I got for cargo? There's a cargo terminal. Let's see how much we can fit in there. Absolutely very little. What else have I got for storage? I can throw some stuff in there. I can throw some stuff in there. What have I got for cargo? Ooh, so that's not how you spell cargo. Cargo. How much have I got for cargo? Okay, that one's full. This one is not. I don't know why it's on a subgrid though. Yeah, I can't access it. I can't access it. Okay, so before I can get any of this stuff done, I need to... Yeah, so those cargo terminals are down there, which means they're behind a bunch of subgrid stuff here. And I have broken the iron list. So I'm going to need to get all this stuff welded up so I can start moving my cargo around. Because right now, the majority of my cargo is stuck in that connector. And I can't get it out. But the first things first is let's get this line reconnected here. And that way I can at least dump stuff into the connectors that I have for access further down there. So it's just going to take a couple of trips here. So there's one. Okay, that should now open up. Yeah, we got green light there. There we go. So that's now free and clear. And I should be able to move that stuff out of there now. So let's go run back into here. Let's have a look. Let's go search for cargo. So now we have these cargo terminals. Yeah, and now I can start throwing all of my belongings down there and continue clearing off this upper section. Inventory full. Because before I do anything else from here, I want to get this floor all merged and welded. Oh man. And ready to go. Wait, do not grind that. You will fall to your doom. Okay. Get that out of there. Get some floor boards in. What am I painting here? Let's go with that. I don't have any steel plate. Of course I don't have any steel plate. That and that.
Inventory full.
Mutts lying around. Told you I got them later. Okay, let's get these guys out of here. Okay, so now I need to clear this thing out. How many food packs have I got? I've got 100 food packs, so I think I'm okay there. So I'm just going to throw everything into this cargo terminal, including the raw meat I have. And that way I can clear this guy out, clear that guy out. I'm going to leave these here. Do I? Maybe. No, I'm going to take these guys back here. I can always... Inventory full, and of course the parts fall down. Because I can always put this stuff back in. But right now... Oh, that's cool. Didn't fall all the way down. But right now, I just want to get all of this welded up. All right. So there we go. That first bit has been cleared up. Let's get some more spacing around here. Like this. I'm going to come out 2 blocks, so we have 1 block for the wall, and then a couple of blocks for clearance. Okay, so let's get a vehicle built up here. So the first thing I want to start with, I'm going to grab myself a landing gear. Make sure it's in small grid. Make sure it is facing the... Ah! Jesus! He kind of came right at me there, didn't he? Oh boy, a couple of them. Ow! Can you guys go away? Go away! Oh, fine. Bye. Really? Bye. Oh my goodness, these guys are getting to be a pain in the neck. A little terrifying when they come racing at you like that. Okay, let's try to get this landing gear back in again. So again, gotta go to small grid. Let's actually get it facing the right way before I... Come on! Seriously, guys? How about you just run away? I shoot him, but I put my gun away. Okay, well, can I have a moment's peace now, you two? Or 3, or however many there were of you? Okay, let's try to get this done here. So again, go to small grid. Change the build mode to flip around. And can we get locked? Yay! We have a locked landing gear, so now I can build out my rover. So let's figure out what we're going to do. All I need is just enough to carry some cargo. And I don't want it to be super huge, and it is very much temporary. So we're going to grab one of these guys, and going to need to make things a little bit taller here. Actually, hang on. Let's grab a cockpit first. Do I care what cockpit? No, he'll do. Just because out of a sense of decency, I am going to properly bolt it in by using one of these. I can't help it. Let's have the, if you're going to do something, do it at least partially right. Let's get this guy welded up. And that one, and that one. Okay, there's the basic vehicle. Let's get it off its little landing gear here. I don't need these blocks. Like that. Just gonna hit P for a quick sec just so it doesn't roll away until I can get my cockpit. And handbrake on and off. There you are. Handbrake on and off. Okay. Okay, so now that I have this thing that can just carry a bunch of steel plates, I'll probably just hand throw them in there. Now to get the ground actually welded up. Oh, oops. You're in the wrong place there, buddy. Sorry. Let's pull you out of there. Let's grab our short 3x3 right again. Ooh, cool. Actually, let me put the wheel in. Excellent. How is it that I can take the stuff out, but apparently I don't get to put it all back in. They're not giving me one for one anymore. There's something very odd about that. Okay, so the welders are gonna need to be piped. Now the welders use the big ones like these, which I'm gonna need some, you know what, I should move this thing forward. Let's take our first little drive with our brand new, holy Jesus. Nope, hold on. That was scary. First things first, we're going to turn the power way the hell down on these wheels. We're going to take our maximum speed and drop that way the hell down. Because, yeah. That was almost uncontrollably off the edge of the cliff. There we go. Just like that. Set our handbrake, and now we can finish getting this set up. Okay. So let's have a look at the welder. What do I got to do for a welder? I don't have my welder anywhere nearby. I do got my grinder. So let's replace this out here with our welder. So the welder needs to be that high up, which means I need a couple of these. Again, I am not going for anything that is going to be a permanent vehicle. This is going to live just long enough for me to weld up the floor, and that's it. So it is going to be ugly. Actually, how do I want to do this? Do I need... No, I just need the one welder. I just need one welder. So I'm going to put that guy... Going to be that guy. I can almost get them in there. Things that make you go, Instead, let's put a spacer. Throw one of those in. Grab the welder again. Gonna need to bring this up a little bit. Up a little bit. Again, Frankenstein. It is purely a Frankenstein concoction here. Alright, why will you not snap into place now? No reason for that, so let's carry on. Need one of these. And we need one of these. And one of these. And then I should be able to just hopefully toss in a welder. Toss in a welder. Those two should overlap. We can actually use build vision here. So if I go like that, and we look at this thing with a Shift R. Come on, there we go. Yeah, they should both weld up. So you can see that's their welding area. Again, build info gives us the this kind of extra information here. So that's its welding range, which means there's just enough, they're close enough for overlap that I should be able to get 3 blocks at a time. Okay, so let's turn our overlays off. Get all this stuff welded up. There we go. Who's not connected? Oh, I got a little spacer in there I gotta get. And this little fella here, I'm gonna need to increase the strength on the rear wheels. So, strength. There we go. Let's take this up to 12. That seems to be leveling off pretty good. Take you up to 12. I should still make sure I get everything welded, and now we can grab all of our steel plates. Let's get the raw meat off of me. Don't need to be carrying that. I will take a crunch of those, and we'll start pulling our steel plates back and just loading them in. We'll lose the chair and steel plates. Steel plates. Steel plates. Okay, I'm gonna let those work on the steel plates. Let's back this thing up. Hit our handbrake. Let's grab the welders, get them into a group so I can turn them on and off. Welders, save. Nope. Welders, save. I don't know what that group is and what I was thinking. So welders, G, tool blocks, welders, and then groups, welders. Why aren't you?
Let's try that again. There was something that shouldn't have been in there in that group.
So, well, there's save. There we go. And now let's back up. Also gently and slowly. Nice and slow. Let's not make ourselves so that we have a vehicular accident, like dropping off of unauthorized edges. Well, it just so happens I have steel plates right here. Okay, 1, 2, let's just get these guys in. Okay, let's try this again. Let's finish backing up here. Hey, bye, sorry guys. I mean, they could have stayed away. I think I'm going to slow my wheels down a little bit, but first we're going to, while we're here, do a refill load. But I think I also, do I want to make you wider? Yeah, I want you guys to be the same width here. So we're going to put in the next row of blocks. And we'll just go boop, 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 boop. We'll see what happens when we get to the edge here. Maybe I can just kind of drive up a little bit. No, the cockpit is totally going to get in the way of that. So we'll have to do some turning around. And let's get it as close to the edge as possible. Nope, that is it. Try to turn here. And if I can get into that corner, I'm going to get into that corner. I'm going to try to get everything I can. There we go. And now we can do our second pass. As I pass past the assemblers here, I should have a look and see how I'm doing on my steel plate. So let's hit the brake. How are we doing on our steel plate? Oop, we are getting pretty low here, so we'll run a couple more handfuls over. The sound of the wolves in the distance. If they were only in the distance, because I don't think they are. I think they are awfully close to my face. So I do think this is actually faster. Yes, the welders aren't as fast as my current torch. I do have the Elite Torch, which is the high-end torch. But it's welding 3 at a time, and it's got a lot more material. I could probably get 6, 7 of these guys welded at a time, but 1 at a time, and then I have to run back, grab the steel plate, weld them 1 at a time again, whereas this I could just drive along and hold my finger on the button, and just let it do its thing. Yeah, there are going to be some areas that might be a little tougher to get to, that I may have to hand weld, but you know what? We'll deal with that when it gets there. Okay, I think I need to increase the power on the wheels now. So I am really quite heavy, so I'm going to increase the power back up to 30. I dropped it again because of the speed, but I think the speed limit is holding just fine. So we can drive up like that, grab all of those guys, and turn it around. Turn around. Still not quite super powerful, strong. But that's okay. And I still got lots of battery power. So we're just again going to bring him around. I'll have to increase all of the wheel strengths and stuff because I do want to take this down to the lower level there. Let's increase our... Okay. And let's back it up. Right down the middle here. See if I can get 4 of them. Yes, I can. No, I can't. No, it's not quite wide enough, but that's okay. Alright, I'm not going to go around there. I think what I'll do with those guys is I will hand weld those. So right now, I am just going to try and get down to the lower level now. Oh, she's just a wiggly little thing. Ow! I hit it too hard. I broke things. I really broke things. Just as I was saying, I should probably slow down. Dang. Okay, cool. Can I have my power cells now? There we go. Got all my power cells. Let's go get everything fixed down here after busting them. Got a little too close to the welder, did you? You'd think it'd come away cooked after being zapped like that. Okay, let's back it up over the... Okay. Not grim at all. Trying to drive over... Oh. Come to see your buddy? Can you move out of my way so I can move my rover? Thank you. You might want to move, by the way, buddy, there. He is, like, stuck in my wheels. Oh, that'll change. Oh, he came out. Okay. For some odd reason, I couldn't make it up there that time. So we are going to go very cautiously here. That was a little bit more successful, and then we can get things welded up. Okay, so I am currently out of steel plate. I'm not sure what it's trying to weld. There might be some plates in there already. So let's set our handbrake, and let's get some stuff welded up. So I'm going to weld up all of this stuff here. Yeah. So let's go through here. Get all of you guys welded. At least now when I have to shoot a wolf up on my platform, I'm not going to blow the block out immediately. Okay, who am I missing? You're fine, you're fine. Ow. Okay, so now I should be able to grab steel plates from here. Not sure why they all ended up in that cargo terminal, but there they are.
Fuel low.
Alright, let's see how far we can get now. Handbrake off. Begin the creep. Okay, I think this is going to be the last little bit I'm going to be able to get with this monster. I might as well throw some stuff into the hangar doors there. And we can creep over this last guy that I missed. Oh, I gotta stop hitting that button. Oop. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you still not welding him? because I'm out of steel plate. Okay, you know what? Fine, we're out of steel plate. Let's just take this thing over into the kind of parking area there. Try not to hit anything. And let's get you parked up. Why were you just sagging on your wheels? Did we need an update before we could lift? Okay, so yeah, I've managed to get a good big chunk of it here welded up. Now I have to do everything a little bit more manually, which is just now whatever I've got in my pocket, dumping it in. I'm gonna need to come around the other side here. Still keep loading up on steel plate. I want to get all these guys welded up now underneath. Yeah, which is faster, which is slower, I don't know. Which is easier, I don't know. But, you know, I got to build a machine. And who does not like building a machine? And I think that's got all of that stuff done. Everything's welded up coming down to there. We can get these guys welded up. Yeah, I kind of thought I would be getting into the habitat area, but yeah, I think just all that we're going to get done in today's is get some stuff welded up, get the garage moved into place, and then pick up where we left off. So I'm just going to go through here, finish welding the last of this stuff up. Okay, let's get the last few of these blocks in. There we go. Let's do a quick recharge, because that was using a lot of the old torch. Let's grab a quick snack. And let's start thinking about getting in some storage bins. So, I think I'm going to put my storage bins right in here. So let's grab our big guys here. We're going to use the industrial because they're prettier. Let's grab some interior plate. And now, how far do I want them to come up? So, center line. Yeah, it really isn't one. It's kind of even symmetry. I'm gonna need another row, I think, with blocks coming back, but that's fine. I kind of always anticipated that. Let's get these guys dropped in and do a quick weld on them, because I got the steel plate on me. Okay, that's one big container. Do a little bit of sampling. Let's go across now. Add some interior plates. Like that. And the last bit, and we now have cargo storage. Yay! Okay, well, I think I've been at this now for a couple of hours. And I think what I'm going to do is finish welding up a few little last kind of bits and pieces that may have been a little bit more difficult to get to. And then really still got to give a little bit more thought, like I say, to kind of the overall architectural flow. Keeps talking like he knows what he's doing. It's kind of weird. I got a vague idea, but I still haven't. Ow! Ow! Go away! Go away! Go away! Thank you. Well, at least he gave me 4 meats. I also gotta get some freaking walls up, so I stop getting attacked by the wolves. All right. That will, I think, do for that. For now, we are going to call it a day. Thank you very much for watching as always. If you liked the video, maybe hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. And if you are subscribed and you want to become a member, you can hit the old join button or click on the link in the description. As always, thank you very, very much for your support. I really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, be safe, be good, have a great day,